You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Trufants, what is poppin'?
What's good, brother? What is good?
Hey, Cal.
How you guys doing?
Tired?
Yeah.
Solid. I'm good.
You're tired too. Don't lie.
I know. I don't want to say that, though. I'm starting with good vibes, good energy. Make sure that I project
Oh, God.
properly. Truly Unruly. It's time.
I had a question for you guys.
Okay.
Who
What
do you
got?
think takes rejection worse, men or women?
Men.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a big
Maybe quietly
ego.
and in the dark and with the shades closed and stuff, but men.
You guys don't take rejection lightly. That's why it's, oh, yeah, bitch.
Oh, no.
That's why
Wait. I take rejection.
You can't handle
worse
rejection.
Or,
Yes.
Yeah. Men.
Yeah.
I would say men do.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead.
Duh.
I would have to disagree with you both.
Okay.
Why?
Would you? Well, so would you like to know why women take rejection worse when it comes to like dating and men and sex and all that kind of stuff? And then I can tell you why women take rejection worse in the professional world also.
Oh, well,
That's
I
different.
was just thinking in like the dating.
In the professional
or,
world,
I
that
guess in
is
a relationship.
definitely different.
Okay,
But
so in the dating space,
day to day, if you're trying to talk to this dude and he rejects you, I mean, you might be like hurt inside, but you're not going to clap back and do some stupid shit. Guys, on the other hand, you need your ego restroked. You have to do something.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's just shows a lack of maturity, but
well, here's the thing, Jess. Men actually take rejection better because we're used to being rejected. That's the thing. Is that when women aren't used to being rejected?
Yeah, that's
So
how
that
do you
part
know we're
of
not used to being rejected? How do you know?
Let's keep that in mind. The number two, here is some actual research that was done on this.
All right.
Men anticipated a less negative and more positive effective response to sexual rejection than women did. Men also reported that they would experience a more positive than negative effect response after supposedly being sexually rejected. It's because society continually views women as victims and men as aggressors, no matter how wrong that is in many cases. When a guy gets rejected by a woman, he's expected to get over it almost instantly. Any sign of emotional discomfort or self-pity, and he will be told by his friends, coworkers, and family to hurry up and pull yourself together, etc. However, when rejection happens to a woman, an entirely different dynamic arises. Firstly, women don't get directly or blatantly rejected in the same way that men do. But yes, women take it worse than guys do. And I saw an example of it this weekend. Would you like to hear a great story? And I've seen this on multiple occasions, and I was like, after I saw this on Saturday night, I was like, oh shit, we got to do an episode of Truly on this because I've seen this now like 5 times. So
Okay, go.
me and my buddies are out. We're at Red Rock Casino down the street from my house. My buddy Josh, big buff, good looking brother, right? Single dude, really goofy, funny. We're in the center bar at Red Rock, and there's a DJ playing. And Josh, he likes to clown, so he starts dancing, right? But he being there, he's gigging, doing his thing or whatever, right? And this woman comes up to try to dance with him, and he kind of like, oh no, I'm good, and kind of like, turns away and keeps dancing. Is not an asshole about it at all. Then the woman finally catches the hint. She gets pissed. She stops, looks him in the face, and starts giving him the middle finger. And we're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what just happened? And she walks away, comes back, and continues to give this man the finger. And he comes up to me. He goes, oh my God, I don't understand this. He goes, women cannot handle rejection. And I was like, oh my God, I've seen this happen so many times. Now, granted, Jess, I know what you mean about the dudes about, oh, well, fuck you, bitch, da-da-da-da, and all that, because there's niggas out here like that. I get that. But dudes get rejected so much on a regular basis that I feel like that ratio is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. And just seeing this shit happen on Saturday, I was just like, fuck.
Cringe.
First of all, if she was immature. Women do not act like that. I see that
this was
in
a grown
men
woman too. She was like
more
a
than
cougar.
in women. I've never, ever been rejected and then held up my middle finger to a dude. Number one, that's dangerous. Number two, we don't fucking do that. And yeah, you guys do get rejected over and over and over again. But I think internally, subconsciously, that chips away at your ego a little bit.
How would you know this? How would you
I don't know.
Are you a man?
I'm just guessing.
You can't guess that. You can't.
No,
that. You can't say that.
And you know what? And you're right. You guys don't even know what rejection is because you guys are fucking animals and you just go on to the next person and get it's like you just don't even, it doesn't even bother you.
We got to talk about the different times though. Like the different, like,
well, back in the day.
No.
In the day. The guys now are different.
Not even back in in our day.
Well, back in the day. Back in our day, right?
You would like, and we talked about this before as far as the numbers game.
Women, we don't get like, oh, God, fuck you.
Circles are in that space to where it really doesn't matter. Getting rejected is like, I mean, it's nothing. It's not even really, you don't even feel rejected. It's just a part of the game. It's a part of the dance.
This is what you guys do. This is your profession. Not with it?
Okay, cool. But what I'm getting from this whole conversation is women can sometimes be in this space or this position to where, okay, these men are so thirsty, so I'm not even looking, and I'm just saying no, right?
Right.
And in some cases that could be good.
Out there.
Right. But I'm saying that could be good. But in Kale's story, I could see it because this woman, Kale, like you said, was older, was probably not used to doing this type of thing or putting herself out there. So I could see the uncomfortable and
that's even worse.
I know on her part though, but it hella embarrassed her, so she came back for seconds and thirds of the middle finger and all that. I could see it. She was probably trying to. I can see it.
Second helping,
just like a movie right now. That's why, like, I'm dying inside because it's hella funny, and I've seen it. Like, you're at casinos, just like you said, or you're at different places.
I would be like, "Girl, get over here."
And she probably had a tank top on and some jeans. Kale, Kale, did she have a tank top and jeans on?
Nah, she was dressed nice. She was like in some like designer.
Damn, is that how we dress? That's how older women dress at the casinos? Damn.
Somebody that may not be used to putting themselves out there. That's the outfit that comes to my mind.
So that's what you're saying. People act like when they're not used to putting themselves out there. They just come back for seconds and thirds of fuck you.
I could tell that woman was a person that wasn't used to hearing no.
Okay.
That's who she was.
How she looked though, Kale? Just so I can.
I know if you're not used to hearing no.
For an older lady, like she was a good looking lady for an older lady. You know what I'm saying? But like I can tell, like I could just tell, like she was one of them older cougars, one of them older, hate to say it, white Summerlin cougars out here
in a position of power, probably.
Yeah, that don't hear no. And this young black dude is just like, nah, I'm good. And it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me no? Type of shit.
Okay, like, well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
There are other factors that contributed.
There are
other
it started
factors
with the dismissal of the rejection. Of the rejection is where it starts. So
I am not.
And then the ancestry.com comes in after that.
That's what I'm saying. There are fucking biological influences.
My bad.
Like
the lady of the house, she said she liked you, so you got to play nice. But that didn't happen. Okay, you're finished.
Right, and that's not me, and that is not anybody that I know that's going to be like, so you're throwing a temper tantrum.
Wait. And it doesn't have to be an outward thing.
Collect yourself. Have some respect for yourself in your rejection. Get rejected.
I think
Take
what
it like
we're
a
saying
woman.
Is, and what we should understand, it doesn't always have to be an outward thing.
Turn around and holler at his friend.
Especially in women, because you guys are good at, hiding and kind of tucking things away and acting like
right. She had no control.
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't always have to be a middle finger right in front of your face, but internally, if you feel that, I think it's the same type of conversation. We're going over the same numbers here of who's
right. You're right, because we don't often put ourselves. Well, some people do,
because you don't have to, because the men in society, like Kale said, are supposed to be the sharks. That's the sharks attacking.
Right.
smelling blood and water.
But I think women don't handle rejection well. Also, is because
nobody wants to be rejected.
It is no one wants to be rejected, but like women, you guys are such more emotional beings than men are. That like you guys will dwell on some shit a lot longer than we will, for sure. So like. For y'all, I think it turns into, well, why wasn't I good enough? What is it that she has that I don't have? Why is it that and because the other thing is that you ladies are like that amongst each other because like there is nothing more fucking crazier that I've seen in my life, just like out in public, is watching other women interact with other women, especially if there's like a new girl that shows up and it's like, who's this bitch? And everyone like sizes her up. Like, I don't understand why you guys do that.
It's a pack.
I don't get that. Yeah,
this is what you do.
No, I don't understand why you guys do that. And that's why, like,
some of you guys do that too. Don't make it seem like it's just a female thing. You guys just do it differently.
Dude, no, we don't care enough.
You're like, okay, who is this?
Yes, like you can have. There's times that yes, there is the dick swinging contest, but I haven't seen that more than amongst women, and that's why y'all are your own worst enemy because y'all are vicious to each other, and it's like, god damn, like y'all don't even know this girl, and y'all done beat her up with your eyes. When was the last time do you remember being rejected?
I feel like I get rejected all the time.
Oh my God. I knew he was going to say that. Oh my God. That's why I didn't respond.
I mean, and sometimes you just, you learn and you practice and like, okay, man, next time this happens, I'm gonna say this or this what I'm gonna do. But he
tries to learn from the rejection and like
it just becomes like a normal thing. Like it's just just like playing a numbers game, right? And you become numb to it at a certain point. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect you in that way to put you in a bad mood. And you just kind of go on to your next task and maybe, start a new project or take on a new hobby, learn an instrument, right? And just continue to move on and try to stay in a positive place though, because I think what can happen, and I'm being serious now, when you're in a relationship, things happen, right? It's not the honeymoon phase all the time, right? So let's be real and let's be honest about this. So what is getting mad actually going to do for you? What is that going to do for the relationship? What's that going to do for me personally, right?
I thought we were talking about like maybe like in your younger years, like being rejected by like
I'm talking about right now, here in the flesh, 2023. But it's okay, right? I mean, I'm
oh God, he's a victim. You want to see a victim?
It's the system.
There's one right there.
The marriage system.
Jess, how do you? Because he probably doesn't reject you, but how do you take rejection from him? Is it weird? Can you handle it? Do you feel some type of way?
Yeah, I'm the person you mentioned earlier. I'm the fuck
Yikes.
you, fuck you. I hate you. But I feel rejected all of the times. I can ask somebody for a cheeseburger and they're like, nah. And I'm like, damn, that's rejection. I feel really bad. I shouldn't have even asked for that burger. I'm sorry. So it doesn't take much for me to feel proving your point.
She doesn't take it well. I'm going to double down on that because you're not used to it. It's not really your thing.
What have we been going through? I have been rejected my whole life.
I'm talking about with me. I'm talking about with me.
Used to feeling rejection.
I'm talking about our
and I'm like, damn, okay.
Dynamic.
I'm going to move on. Well, with you, it is, I can be myself and take all those past rejections that I've had and I just fucking deflect them and I'm like, that whole thing. But no.
Interesting.
Well, maybe the epiphany. Here we go. All right.
What would you say that it was like, if you can remember, is like your worst case of rejection? Either one of you can go first. Of like, you got rejected and like you like it burned inside a little bit. Like you might have even peed yourself a little bit.
I don't know. I wasn't. Are you singing or what? I don't know what song that
I don't know.
was. What
You've
was
never
that?
felt rejection,
No.
have you? Oh, God.
I'm trying to think of one because I was rejected a lot. So which one was more outstanding than the other?
You're lying.
Right? No,
you
I'm
weren't going to
not.
say that.
Oh, damn. I used to think you was a mind reader, or we've already had this conversation to where you could predict the future and shit of what other people were saying. But
Wait a minute. Wait.
I don't think this is one of those times.
So you're saying you were rejected?
Yeah.
You put yourself out there and was just rejected nonstop?
I was rejected a lot as a younger man in the in the 80s and 90s. It wasn't cool to be
Pre-NFL,
dark. It
he
wasn't
was
cool to be a
rejected.
dark dude. I mean, I had big ears and a shag. Some stonewash on from time to time. But yeah, but as I got older, I would laugh at rejection. I thought it was kind of a funny, like a silly thing. I didn't really care about it. Maybe that was my,
That's protecting your
that's my protective shield, or that's my way of deflecting. But I made it a thing, though.
Did you
I didn't really care,
though, bro? Did you really care?
I didn't care for a long time. I didn't care. It didn't. I mean, it
he
didn't
didn't care
me.
about it a lot.
It didn't bother me,
actually.
right? It was just, all right, okay, cool. And like, I would think it was comical, and that's how I guess I got through it. But
And we're proving your point.
that's just the way I was.
We're actually proving your point because I got rejected and I don't put myself out there a lot. And I'm doing the rejecting most of the time, like we said earlier. And I got rejected by somebody and he literally just stopped contacting me. And I was very disturbed by it. I was like, I did the same things you said. I was like, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I feel bad for even opening up even a little bit to this person. Oh my God, what have I done? So that was, I moved on though. Like, fuck it. What can I do? But it lived in
it
there.
burned a little bit.
It did. It
It
burned.
left a stain.
It burned like the Hennessy you're drinking. It literally, it burned.
So
Kel, have you been
Jess,
rejected? What's your worst
absolutely.
rejection story?
You want to hear it? Oh, this one's bad too because it was hella sad. So like I was in, I might have been like in 6th grade, and there was this girl in my neighborhood who I thought was this little mixed girl. I thought was so fly, and this is before a brother had braces. Before I had these nice teeth, and I was on my bike and I pulled up on her and her homegirls, just like in a movie. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Such and such, and I was like, hey, you should come down to the park? And she's like, you want to hang out? And she was like, smile, let me see your teeth. And I smiled. And I showed her my teeth. And her and her friends just started just laughing at me.
The whole group,
like,
though. I mean, the whole gang.
Whole group.
That's tough.
The whole
mean,
group laughed
though.
at me. And I was like, ooh. And I didn't cry. I was like, all right, whatever. Turned around on my bike, rode off.
And then you cried.
Went back up to my house. And I remember that's how I told my mom, I said, Mom, am I going to get braces? And she's like, yeah, you're going to get braces. I was like, she goes, I was just talking to your dentist about it and we'll get you braces. I said, okay. And it always stuck with me. And I was like, all right. And then I learned that but that's when I learned a valuable lesson. Because my older sister thank God for my older sister, because my older sister put me onto a lot of game about girls at a young age. So a lot of stuff didn't bother me because of the stuff that Gigi would tell me. And so that's when I learned that no one will love your teeth like you. And so to that very day,
I tell Cassius that,
always
as a matter of fact. Can't nobody, and you got to want to look good. Can't nobody do it for you.
Right.
Out the house all crusty.
Can't nobody brush your teeth but you. So
but yeah, that was my cold rejections. It was like some straight mean girl shit.
That was
And I
mean.
think because I was young at the time, like I didn't process it like that. I'm just like, whatever, fuck you girls, like whatever. But like when I got older and just how like, I'm really good with my hygiene and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I feel like that subconsciously like affected me some kind of way. So now that I'm all,
I mean, it does.
You know what I mean? Like,
trauma comes in all shapes and sizes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You never forget stuff like that. That kind of stuff is. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I just thought of it because we're talking about rejection from the opposite sex, but I have been rejected from girls in elementary school because I went to an all-white elementary school, and I had my cousin. God, she was mixed and fair-skinned, straight hair, you know, all that kind of stuff. And she was in, right? And I'm her first cousin, and I look like this. So I naturally was not in at that point. And so I'll never forget, we all had like this little group, and they allowed me into this group. And one day they all lined up. I'm not making this up. And I come out to recess, and they all say, hi, 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 hi. And then they all yell, you're out, and stop talking to me. And that still stings to even talk about that. And my cousin was a part of it. Shit. And I didn't know why. I didn't understand. And I believe my cousin was a part of orchestrating them kicking me out of the group. But it was that rejection that stung. And I still remember that. And stuff like that stays with you. Just like your story, that kind of stuff stays with you. And to be rejected by your peers, like your female peers, that sucks. So,
and your own family member orchestrated it.
Makes it tough.
I absolutely think she did.
Hey, I'm a Cancer. I would still have beef with my cousin to this very day.
We don't talk. Good
for you. Yeah, I would hold beef.
But yeah.
That's bad. Interesting. You ever dealt with rejection like that, Marcus, from like a group of guys?
Not so much. Like I said, it was more, and guys, I think, take the rejection a little bit differently. I was a quiet kid, didn't say much, was always in the shadows and shit, was stuttering and shit. I didn't
still
make
like that.
I know, but that's
kind of
probably a part of my, of way to get through, and that's just how I deal with things, right? I kind of play the back, and I don't like being in the front and all that stuff. I mean, it's not my personality anyway, but not so much school rejection. No, right? I didn't have that. I grew up on the opposite side. I grew up in like an all-black school, and the white people were the minority, right? So sports has always been my end. I always had my tribe just from sports and being the guy that would connect everybody through sports because, I want to be on this guy's team and I want to do that kind of stuff. And we kind of bonded together like that. So I've always had some type of tribe at school, and I guess has made it easier. I know
that's why you're so cool.
I couldn't imagine being like a new girl at school because like I
wasn't a new girl.
I know, but I'm saying to be a girl on the opposite side of that and being in a space to where you feel like you're not sure if you're in or not, that's tough. I couldn't even imagine that, right? And even being a dude, right? That's tough. But I've always been lucky enough, been blessed enough to be in with the guys, just through sports.
Right.
And
I'm in now.
What do you guys think? Like, because like you saying that, Marcus, like it makes me think about like my daughter, like my son. He plays sports. Everyone likes Orion. He's very social, whatever, and he's a good athlete. So he has this tribe because he plays sports. And like my daughter, she's super outspoken. But she's the really pretty girl. And so like I know when it comes to the pretty light-skinned girl in certain situations, mixed girl, like especially the racially ambiguous looking child that's like, oh, are you black? Are you Mexican? What are you? That can be a very weird area. So like, how would you deal with, I don't know if you guys dealt with this with your kids. I think you may have with Carmen one time. We may have talked about this, of dealing with rejection from like friends and like from because remember you told me, I remember you said like Carmen had an issue with some girls.
Yeah.
And like, they kind of alienated her.
Yep.
And you told her like, hey, don't worry, you'll find your tribe. And like I always think about that, Jess, which is crazy. Like that stuck with me because I'm like, if my kids ever run into that, I'm gonna tell them like, it's cool. You're gonna find your tribe. But like, just as a dad, like I'm just super concerned about that, especially for my daughter. And it's like, is there anything I could say to her? Like, when she starts getting older and starts, understanding and reasoning and you know what I mean? Like, is there anything you can say to help guide them into that if they ever run into that? Or I don't know.
I think you're already doing it though, just by being
instilling that confidence. And
you're conscious of it and you're aware of it too. Is
in herself. You know who you are. Don't let these other girls sway you, try and make you feel some type of way because you are,
it's about empowering her, right? Yeah, and to be able to get through that because it most likely will come up. That's just the way of the world, right?
Will.
So
don't let them come up to you, and all of that kind of stuff is there. And that's what I would tell Karen. It's her insecurity. There's something going on in her home life, and what behind the scenes that you don't even know about. Right. And that is making her act that way towards you, hate you, not like you. So yeah, no, don't ever,
second guess
be ashamed of yourself, who you are, the way you look, your feet. Don't ever do that. Ever. And fuck those girls. You will find your tribe. And it might not be them as bad as you want it to be them. It just might not be them.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Because I think about that all the time when you said that, like, you'll find your tribe. And I was like, ooh. I said, let me find out Justin said something profound.
And I think she's found a tribe going to a group. A majority Black school. She found her tribe. It's just it's different for everybody. And
for every child is different, right?
Right. For every child, it's different. So she found her tribe, and let me tell, because she cheers for Garfield, and Garfield played Rainier Beach on last Tuesday, and because her tribe is her cheer squad as well, and when I tell you that was like, bring it on, 2 points. It was literally like a battle you see in the movies between the. It was so fucking amazing to watch and see them go back and forth, and it was an all black cheer squad, and they were going back and forth. Parents were in it, students were in it. Nobody was watching the game at one point. It was just watching the cheerleaders go back and forth. But anyways,
because Rainier Beach was getting blew out. So
Rainier Beach got fucked up by them, right? And they're playing them again at the end of the month, and I'm gonna invite everybody because I want everybody to see the cheerleaders battle. It was like I said, it was like a movie. But anyways, that kind of stuff. Her tribe was there. She was at Holy Names previously. And after that game, we just said we are so thankful and grateful that we pulled her from Holy Names. But here is the full circle. So before Carmen left Holy Names, which I hope somebody from Holy Names is watching this, I didn't understand why they didn't have a cheer squad. Why they couldn't cheer for O'Day. What is it? Are you scared about them fraternizing with the player? They're going to do that shit regardless. Cheer is a sport. Girls love that shit. So why would you not allow them to do something they love at that all-girl school? So Carmen drafted a letter, sent it to the principal and the vice principal, and her letter was very persuasive, and it listed out facts of what cheer does and how it's good for your mental health, all that kind of stuff. And they started having meetings to put together a cheer squad. And then Carmen left. So this last game, who did they play? O'Day. This was just this week. Holy Names has a cheer squad.
Woo!
What?
Go Carm. Yeah.
She fucking...
After like 100-some years of that school, your daughter persuaded Holy Names Academy to get a cheer...
She has a cheer squad.
Like,
She doesn't even
so here's the
understand the
thing.
magnitude
Right,
of it. I was
yeah.
like, Carmen, are you fucking
It's a
kidding
big
me?
deal. It's
Look
a
at
big
what
deal.
you
That's a big
did.
deal.
I said she could put it on her resume.
I'm like, look at what you did.
And I was dead ass.
Like,
so.
like, here's what's crazy. Like, my mom went there, my aunt went there, my older sister went there, my older cousin Christina went there. I have a bunch of women in my family that went to that school, and that was one of the most unheard of things. Is Holy
Right.
Cheer Squad. They would never do that. The nuns would never allow that at Holy Names. And the fact that your daughter persuaded that school to say, "Hey, it's time to get in the 21st century,"
She spearheaded
and they
that cheer
did it.
squad.
Your
It's amazing.
daughter.
I know. I was blown
is
away.
Crazy.
Special, bro.
Yeah.
I was
No,
blown
like
away.
your daughter's gonna like end up becoming like governor or like the president.
For real.
Like that's a huge change for you. If you understand the how institutionalized that system is at Holy Names, and for
yeah.
your daughter single-handedly to change that, holy shit. I gotta tell my mom this.
You got it. I told my mom, and my mom's like, "Oh my god, I gotta call my friend.
Yeah.
Her daughter, her
Everybody
daughter
knows
just
that's
graduated from
why.
Holy Names."
Right,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. Like my godmother went to Holy Names. Like all my mom's friends this very day all went to Holy Names. My mom's gonna tell all her friends. They're gonna be like, what?
"Yep,
That's crazy.
yep." They sent a survey out
Carmen.
while she was there, asking would girls be on the cheer squad, and again, pulling her was the best decision we've made, right? And Carmen agrees, but the fact that that's her legacy, she left that there. That's what she did. She spearheaded that cheer squad.
Here's what I've learned about Carmen after this whole conversation is that Carmen is not afraid of rejection.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I think she can handle
not
rejection
worried
very
about
well.
it. I would say, yeah, she's
Yeah,
more of, okay, I feel this way. I want to put this
right.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that, yeah.
Someone that's afraid of rejection would not
Would
go
not
to
do it.
someone like
You're
Holy
right.
Names and be like, hey, you need to change your system.
Right.
Because
That's
you've
true.
indoctrinated this very weird
very weird.
microcosm of a system here. Like a person that is afraid of rejection wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
I agree.
Shout out to our daughter.
I didn't think about that, but that's
I didn't.
true.
Well,
yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean? But yes, that makes.
I agree.
That makes perfect sense.
I agree with that.
So
You
Yeah.
wouldn't do anything close to that if you were more worried about what the people would say about it.
right,
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
pretty.
Right.
Yeah. That's just another,
right.
stripe or asterisk.
And she's like her dad though. I'd be like, yeah, look what I did. And Carmen, she's like, oh,
This whole thing,
okay.
no big deal. No big deal.
So
This is a great episode, guys. I enjoyed it. We learned today that women take rejection harder than men do unless you are Carmen Trufant. And
I didn't say that though. Y'all said that. I think.
no, Kel said that.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
Nah, good stuff though. Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Follow these guys on Instagram. Their first names _ their last names on IG, and then follow the Truly page, Truly Unruly _ podcast. Of course, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform and watch us on YouTube and catch us every Sunday on Converge. So I think that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Word. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace and much love.
Right on, brother.